Hi, welcome again to Intelligence 5-Minute Guide. Slightly different this week. We are talking to Alex Chisnall, the podpreneur. Absolutely fascinating guy with a fantastic history in working with SMEs, with investors at Seed Start. He's worked for the BBC, he's worked with Richard Branson, and now he hosts a #1 business podcast. So we're going to be talking about maxing out your business's value. This will be an overview and a bridge version of the webinar. To see the full webinar, and I absolutely recommend more than ever in this case that you must watch the webinar to hear everything that Alex has to say. We don't even touch 10% of it in this 5-minute overview. You can see the links below. Please follow it through or check out the details at the end, which tells you how to get in touch with Alex and find out more about what he does. So what we're going to be covering today, we'll be introducing Alex. You'll see more about him on the webinar. Maximising value now, investor tips for SMEs. Future value, areas that people can look at to improve future value of their businesses. And then looking at Alex's recent expertise that he's developed over the last few years. He's seen a niche in the market, podcasting in your business. So the lessons he learned from building Screw It, Just Do It, the #1 podcast. Q&As aren't covered in this. They are covered as we go through the webinar. So as I said, follow the links below to see that. So who is Alex Chisnall? Watch the webinar. You'll hear all about how Alex went from working for the BBC to travelling the world with Virgin. His first job ever at the BBC, he was interviewing Lennox Lewis. Travelled the world with Virgin, ended up partnering with Branson, getting heavily involved with promoting SMEs, advising small businesses, and after many, many years of doing that, really wanted to understand how you could help businesses grow and engage with their audiences and future-proof the way they do business, which led to the Screw It, Just Do It podcast. But for the full story, watch the webinar. So what are the maximum value? What has Alex learned as an investor looking at SMEs? What advice would he give to you now to maximize your value right now? Have a clear future strategy. Get people excited about where you're going as your business. Understand your past performance. So what are the drivers? What have you done well? What are you changing that's going to get you to your future strategy? Stay on top of your paperwork. It isn't fun, but it's not funny if it's not done properly. So either you do it or you get someone who's got the skills and the interest in actually doing it. Know your market. There's multiple ways of doing your market research now. So understand what works best for you and seek good advice. You'd be amazed at the people that would give you advice and give you their time of day, especially as an SME or an entrepreneur starting out. There's many, many people who have achieved success, who have been in your position and are very, very happy to share their experience. This was a real surprise for me. Alex has some great stories in the webinar about people he's spoken to and worked with. In terms of future value, reputation, niche and engagement. Build a great reputation. Intelligent, we use Trustpilot. We're rated excellent and we work very, very hard on that, and people can go in and they can see what we do and what our happy customers say about us. So find out which is the best way to build reputation in your space and ask for reviews and get feedback. Help people help you do a better job. Serve niches. We talk about this in the webinar, but there is niches now. You can look at people who are vegans. You can look at the over 60s. In the past, there were markets that weren't serviced well, and now they're huge markets. The internet gives you global reach. So if you serve a good niche locally, there's maybe no reason why you can't do it nationally or internationally. But to understand all of that, make sure you're engaging with people in a relevant way. So understand the importance of social media and the way you interact with people. Again, go to the webinar. Some great thoughts on that from Alex. Part of the way he reaches out, and he's done a great job, is through podcasting. And you'd be amazed if you're interested and passionate about something. You know, there's a world market out there who could be just as interested and passionate as you. So what's great about podcasts? It connects you to your customers in a very personal way. It can increase your brand awareness. It's relatively easy to do. Main objective really is people's nerves about doing it. It can generate revenues, but that will be a little bit later on. Creates reusable content for your own websites, etc. And it makes you authority. If you're prepared to get out there and speak about something you're passionate about, people will want to know what you've got to say, and you will become an authority and a voice, and it helps you engage with your audience. Absolutely critical. There's a whole raft of questions that we had came in for Alex around podcasting, about his experience with SME. So I urge you to go to the webinar in the links below. You can find Alex by listening to the Screw It, Just Do It podcast on podpreneur.co.uk/listen. Join his community, go to the Facebook group, or connect with him on LinkedIn. On the subject of reviews, if you've enjoyed what we do, please go to Trustpilot and give us some feedback. You can contact us on 0800 612 7718, sell@intelligent.co.uk, or go to www.intelligent.co.uk. If you go to the Knowledge Hub, you'll find buyer and seller guides and all the advice you need on buying, growing and selling a business. Thanks for watching, and please keep in touch for future webinars.